Today's Gospel reading is particularly compelling because it's so relatable. It addresses a temptation that we all face at one time or another, the temptation to judge. Judge not, lest you yourself be judged. Judgment is mine, saith the Lord. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. And yet, in spite of these familiar biblical exhortations, so many find it so difficult to resist the temptation to place themselves above another. Who hasn't been a stone thrower in the crowd? Who hasn't been quick to judge, finding it easier to condemn than to forgive? We do this despite the fact that we've all been on the other side of this equation. Everyone has done things of which they aren't proud. And everyone has, at one point or another, had to deal with the shame of when a private struggle becomes a public one. Especially in a church culture that can seem obsessed with black and white issues, it's easy, it's tempting, to ignore the gray. The fact that we're all human. The fact that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. This gospel story reminded me of another, a modern-day example of someone truly standing in persona Christi, which is to say, in the person of Christ, against a crowd quick to judge and cite the law as their justification. Recently, a Catholic parish in Austria elected Florian Stengel, an openly gay man, to their parish council. Stengel's pastor, citing church teachings on homosexuality, declared him unfit for office and overturned the results of the election. But then the Archbishop of Vienna, Cardinal Christoph Schönborn, did something that nobody expected. He invited Stengel and his partner to lunch. After the lunch, Cardinal Schönborn overruled the priest, saying, "I ask myself in these situations, how did Jesus act? He first saw the human being." The cardinal recounted that at the lunch, he came to understand why the community had given Stengel the most votes, because he really is impressive. This man, the cardinal said, is at the right place. We're all called to act in persona Christi in moments such as this. We're all called to see first the human being and then the law. It's our baptismal vocation to act out of love rather than hate, to act out of compassion rather than intolerance, to act out of understanding rather than judgment. And when we are tempted to judge others, to stand above them and haughtily proclaim our own righteousness, it may be helpful to keep in mind the words of St. Francis of Assisi, who famously prayed, "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life."